Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here with your messages and perhaps a psychic prediction or two for March the 25th to the 31st, our last week of March. And I want to say we're already into spring. Welcome spring. And I just get to wear a couple of my favorite winter sweaters because if you could see out the window here, it's a snowy afternoon where I am. And I'm not on the East Coast. They've been hit even harder. We probably have, maybe 4 inches here, and the drifts, of course, are higher, but nothing like the East Coast is getting. And the sun is out bright today, so a lot of the snow's melting. So, like I said on my Facebook timeline, I just get to wear a couple of my favorite winter sweaters. So, everybody keep warm and keep safe. I want to also say there's a lot of energy that we want to talk about, and I want to also tell you why I keep yarn around for my workshops and what that means. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And of course, we will get our message from Philip, my spirit guide, who's put together this book for us, and we'll talk about that in a minute as well. But I want to welcome everyone. Thank you for coming back week after week. If you're new, I welcome you and I thank you for joining us. We're so happy to have you with us. I love your comments below, even if you disagree with me, which you have a right to do. I ask that you disagree with me or anyone else who comments in a very respectful and civil manner. If not, I use my magic delete key because I think it's very important that we are civil with one another and that we respect one another. And sadly, our administration, our president here in the U.S. doesn't know what the word civility means. So teach your children to not be like some of the politicians. Teach your children to be respectful of each other and of themselves. That's going to be extremely important. Our former vice president and the current president are in this stupid Twitter, I beat him up, well, I'll beat him up. They're driving the rest of us crazy. So it's very, very important, because this is not that particular fight, but we're going to see, it's not going to be the easiest summer. It's going to be kind of a rough summer, because we're going to see a lot of nastiness in politics. We're going to see a lot of change, infighting. Later in the summer, we're going to see some riots in the streets. So it's really important that we take care of ourselves. The weather's not going to settle down, not in the near future. We're in, as a planet, we are making a major transformation. And so as a world and as a country, we are making this major transformation. And I want to show you why I use these balls of yarn in many of my workshops. What I do is I walk around, I put everybody's in a circle. So imagine us all in a circle, or it can even be a double circle. And each person takes a piece of the string and holds on to it. I can't do that by myself, but just imagine everybody's holding on to a piece of string, and most of them are holding on to multiple pieces of string. So we have this crisscross around the circle. So if we're in a circle and we've got lots of these pieces of string going from one person to another. And then I have everybody pull it taut. And what I do is, let me see if I can maybe demonstrate this. What I do is I just do this. But if we have several different, let me see if I can do this. No promises here. But if we have several different pieces of string and they're crossing each other like this. they're crossing each other like this, and I'm holding them taut, or that's everybody in the circle's holding them taut, and then I come up and I just simply pull one string. Just pull one. And what happens, all of the strings vibrate. So everybody who's holding on to a piece of string, and as the strings go around the room, everybody's got a line. And then we have all of these different colors of yarn crisscrossing around the circle. And in the center, and there's no real center, because again, you've got multiple strings around the circle, and I just pluck one string. And in plucking that one string, everybody's string vibrates. That's life. That's how we are. And if you imagine around the earth are these lines of energy. These lines of energy. I don't have a better word for it. And everything you or I say or do or think plucks one of those lines that then causes all of the other lines to vibrate. When I talk about energy, everything is energy. Everything is made up of energy. Science will tell us that. Now, you want to feel the energy, you can see the energy. One of the easiest ways, it's easier to do this with a friend than with yourself, but you can do it with yourself. You want to feel the energy, just bring your hands together. And you may feel sparks, you may feel heat, you may get very, very close. When I do it, I feel such a strength of resistance almost. It's like, gets really, really mushy. And it's like almost hard for me when I think about it to push my hands this close together. But you may just feel heat. But you may start seeing sparks coming off your fingers. You may start seeing your own aura. You certainly can see the aura of trees. You can see the aura of others. This is the energy that we're looking at. This is the ethereal body that we're seeing. This is the pluck of the string that makes every other string vibrate. Why do I tell you this? Because the only way we are going to create the world that we want, the only way we're going to create that world is if when we pluck, when we think, we act, we say words, when our deeds, our words, our actions, we're plucking those strings of energy around the world. So we are creating our world by our thoughts, our deeds, our actions, because every piece of string makes a difference. Every piece. And every piece of string, when we pluck it, vibrates every other piece of string. So every energy vibrates all of everything else around the world. And those of you who are sensitive, and if you're listening to this, there's a strong chance you are very sensitive. You're picking up those vibrations. Is this easy? No. But awareness is important. If we're aware that we're picking up those vibrations, then we can simply encase ourselves in the divine light of love. Or if you have a belief in God, the divine light of God, the divine light of divine source, of original source, of creator, whatever word, it's the same light. And you just imagine that light really filtering into the top of your head and throughout your being, and just encase yourself in this divine light of protection. Certainly you can call in a protector, an angel. Always call in love. Call in, if you work with a loved one in spirit world, always ask that loved one to come to you from their highest self. You always want to work just in love and only allow love to come to you. The energies of non-love, none of us need. There's a lot of anger in our world right now. There's a lot of upset. But keep in mind, our planet is going through this transformation. And hopefully, and I believe we can bring the planet into alignment with greater peace, greater love, greater compassion for all humanity. I'm so proud of the young people, it started in Parkland, Florida, but young people across the nation are speaking out. When I am videotaping this, it's Thursday. I had to stop and think what day it was. It's Thursday afternoon, so the March 24th March for gun safety that the young people started has not yet taken place. And I pray that everyone is safe during this time. Remember, your vibration counts. Let's see what Philip has to say. Keep in mind, this is an oracle book, so every page has a different wisdom on it. And we just have to think left page or right page, and then we just kind of flip through it and see where we get. I do want to also tell you The Found Child, one of my books, if you have a curiosity about what happens after we die or before we come into life, The Found Child is out there now in print form. And in a couple of months, my next book, Joy, The Art of Creating a Happy Life, will be out in both print and ebook as well. It's being redone as it's part of the Happiness book, which had 30 or 32 processes to help us lead happy lives. That is now out of print, and so we're putting it back out as Joy, and it'll have 50, so 52, one for each week, one process for each week. All right, here we go. Let's think left page or right page and get our message from Philip for this week, shall we? Okay, I'm thinking right, but as you know, I will also read left. Here we go, friends. You are a unique soul who was put on this earth to be the individual you are. You are a unique soul who was put on this earth to be the individual you are. I cannot begin to tell you how important you are, how every vibration that you make in your life will add to the vibration of the world. You know, as a soul, we each chose to come in at this time, and we forgot to read the fine print. We forgot to read the fine print that said, this one shall not necessarily have an easy life. And I know none of you have had an easy life. That's human life. But to whom much is given, much is expected. And much is being asked of you as we move into this new dimension, this dimension of greater love, this new world. Thank you for recognizing your own uniqueness, your own greatness, and thank you for helping save our planet and our world. If marching is your thing, go march. If writing your congressman or your statesman is your thing, do that. But definitely speak out from your heart. Thank you, my friends. By the way, before I forget, Daisy was in here with me all morning, and we stopped for lunch here in my office, and we stopped for lunch, and she started playing with the kitties, and I said, come on, we're going to go film, and everybody wants to say hello to you. And she said, I want to stay out here and play with the kitties. So Daisy's out in other areas playing with the kitties, so she's fine. She sends her love to you, as do I, and our gratitude for the love that you send to us. Let that which you pluck, let your energy create joy around the world. Thank you.